We continue to take a close look at the arrest of a former Plymouth elementary school teacher accused of sexually assaulting students, including questions of who knew what and when. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is live from Plymouth Center School with more. Mike, we know 3 people there at the school were placed on leave this fall. Anything new there where that's concerned?
Well, Acting Superintendent of Schools Brian Falcone told me today that James Ishert did resign from his post back in November, but Falcone would not give me updates on those other 2, including a principal. He did issue a statement saying that Plymouth Public Schools will not sacrifice the safety and well-being of students. He also said that the school system is cooperating with police, but he pointed to the ongoing investigation and said he would not answer any other questions about this situation. But according to that warrant, police said that some students claim that they or their classmates were coming forward years ago to raise concerns about Ishert, accusing him of inappropriately touching them and some other conduct. Now, school employees are mandated to report those kinds of things to the state under state law. There's a training program with DCF. It's important to note that Falcone, it was only within the last year or so, made the acting superintendent.
Well, yesterday, everyone who was watching knows the allegations here are very, very disturbing. They're all online. We do have the information posted on the Channel 3 app. You can actually read the documents. We've heard from a lot of parents today. I know you have as well. You also had a chance to talk with an expert about some tips on how they can talk with their children. What can you share from that conversation?
Well, yeah, and certainly these are difficult conversations for parents to have with their kids. But I talked to a psychologist who said that these are important conversations and it's important to have them young so that your kids can understand how to talk about these things if they experience them. Take a listen.
Kids know this felt uncomfortable. Why was this uncomfortable? And helping kids understand what is and isn't uncomfortable.
So it's important to have age-appropriate language, of course, when you're talking about these things. If you're talking with a 6, a 7, 8-year-old about how to protect themselves, you want to talk to them about their personal space and about what makes them comfortable and uncomfortable. The other thing is, if your child comes to you, you want to try to ask open-ended questions. Some of those very points. What did somebody do to invade your personal space? How did that make you uncomfortable? Why did that make you uncomfortable? But do not try to get into an interrogation. Leave that to police, because if you try to ask probing questions and make them uncomfortable, your child might think that they're in trouble and they may try to end the conversation. I'll have more tips coming up on Eyewitness News at 5.